Good morning and Happy New Year. 2024, baby, it's our year. I'd like to call the meeting of the Kent County Board of Commissioners to order. I will start by introducing myself. I'm Clerk Lisa Posthumus Lyons, and I have the distinction of serving as the chair, albeit briefly, I hope, until we nominate and elect a chair of the commission. I'm going to begin with roll call. Commissioners Antor. Baker.
Here.
Breevy.
Here.
Bujak.
Present.
Burl.
Here.
DeBoer.
Here.
Diaz.
Here.
Green.
Here.
Hennessy.
Here.
Hildenbrand.
Here.
Coleman.
Here.
LeGrand.
Here.
McLeod.
Here.
Merchant.
Here.
Oliver King.
Here.
Pakla.
Here.
Ponstein.
Here.
Sparks. Teal.
Here.
Wooden.
Here.
Chair Steck. Well, nope, I'm sorry, Commissioner Steck. All right, we have 19 members present and 2 absent. I declare we do have a quorum. At this time, I would call up Commissioner Steck for the invocation.
All right, good morning. Am I on? All right. Good morning, Happy New Year, and welcome. Certainly those of you who were able to get away over the break, it's good to have you back. There could be no better time in the year to honor the tradition of an invocation before a public meeting than today as we take on this new year. We already have an agenda that is bulging with issues and decisions, and there will be many more coming to us over the course of the year. So before we roll up our sleeves and take on the tasks before us as county commissioners, please join me in an invocation. Heavenly Father, Lord God, we come to you as one commission comprised of 21 commissioners, each chosen to serve the cause of order and justice here in Kent County. And we humbly ask for your wisdom and resolve and understanding. We stand in awe of the majesty and magnitude of your creation and acknowledge that across the expanse of the universe you have established principles of order, laws of physics and mathematics and biology and life itself, all structuring your creation here at 300 Monroe Northwest in exactly the same way as they do at the edge of the universe 14 billion light years away. We acknowledge that you have established principles of order for our lives as social beings, created to be in harmony and peace with our world and our neighbors, love, mercy, and justice, and that these principles, too, are universal, applying equally across the span of human history. And while your principles of order are not different place to place or from time to time, we, on the other hand, are very different. You have bestowed different gifts and skills in each of us. And each of us approaches the issues and decisions we face from different places, different life experiences, different set of political perspectives, different agendas, different worldviews, and even different values. We confess that instead of embracing these differences as opportunities to forge a healthier governance for our diverse county, we all too often get stuck on our differences, seeking to perhaps elevate our rightness over the wrongness of our colleagues. So as we strive toward our vision of providing all residents with those public services necessary for them to be successful in living the lives they have set for themselves, grant us patience and respect and persistence to forge those common goals and strategies that best serve our county. And mostly, we pray that our imperfect efforts may still be used to bring about a better, stronger, healthier, and more equitable Kent County. In your name we pray. Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will continue with our first order of business, and that would be to elect a board chair. At this time, I would like to open the floor for nominations for chair. The chair recognizes Commissioner Brevy.
Thank you, Clerk Lyons. I would like to nominate Commissioner Stan Steck for Chair of the Board of Commissioners. Over the past few years, I've had the pleasure of serving alongside Commissioner Steck. I appreciate his approach to looking at all sides of each issue and navigating conversations with all the stakeholders. Commissioner Steck is always looking for ways to make Kent County a great place to live, work, and play. I'd like to nominate Stan Steck.
Thank you, Commissioner Brevy. Is there a second? The chair recognizes Commissioner Burrow.
Support.
Are there any other nominations? All right, is there a motion to close nominations?
I move to close nominations and a unanimous ballot be cast for Commissioner Steck.
Commissioner Brevy moves that we close nominations and cast a unanimous ballot for Commissioner Steck. Is there a second? Commissioner Oliver King seconds that. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. Congratulations, Mr. Chairman.
I'm not sure who was presumptively putting it in. Ready to go? All right. Thank you all. Let's move to the next item, which is the election of a vice chair under Standing Rule 3.2B. I will now open it up for nominations. I will recognize Commissioner Brevy.
Thank you, Chair Steck. I first want to acknowledge that I'm not seeking the nomination of Vice Chair, a position which I've held for the past couple years and had a pleasure serving. In the last year, I've purchased a business, and that has led to increased responsibilities and a shift in priorities. It's been a true honor to serve alongside you as Vice Chair. I appreciate all of you, Commissioners, giving me the opportunity to do that. And I appreciate it. Thank you. And with that, I would like to take this time to nominate Commissioner Ben Green as Vice Chair of the Board of Commissioners. Commissioner Green has significant experience working at both the state and local levels. He brings fresh ideas, and he's eager to serve in this capacity. Commissioner Green has my support. I'd like to nominate him for Vice Chair of the Board of Commissioners.
All right. Thank you. Commissioner Green has been nominated. Is there a support? Commissioner Burrow. Support. It is supported. Any questions, conversations, or any other nominations? I see none. With that, we will then take a voice vote. All those that support electing Commissioner Green as the vice chair, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. Congratulations, Commissioner Green. You are unanimously elected the vice chair of this board. All right, we'll now move to the election of a minority vice chair under Standing Rule 3.2C, and I will open it up for nominations. Yes, Commissioner McLeod.
Thank you, Chair Steck. I nominate Commissioner Stephen Wooden for minority vice chair.
Thank you. The rules are a little bit unique for minority vice chairs, so instead of asking for a second, I believe the rule does require me to make a review of the minority members to assure that we have a majority of the minority supporting that nomination. So, I don't have a nice order form the way the clerk does, but I don't think I'm required to. I can do my own order, can I not?
Yes.
All right.
You're the chair, man.
Well, somebody said I still have to follow the rules, though. All right. Commissioner Sparks is not here. Commissioner McLeod, you have supported it with your nomination. Commissioner Oliver King? Yes. Commissioner Hennessy?
Yes.
Commissioner LeGrand?
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Pecla?
Yes.
Commissioner Baker?
Yes.
Okay. It is supported by a majority of the minority members. So, with that, if there are no more nominations, we will close them, and if you support the nomination, please say yes. If you do not, say no. All those that support say yes.
Yes.
That oppose say no. It is unanimous. Commissioner Wooden, you have been elected as the minority vice chair for this year. Congratulations. All right, now on with our agenda. We'll start with public comment. This is the opportunity for public comment with respect to agenda items only. Those items that are identified on this agenda. If you do wish to address an agenda item, you may do so now if you'll identify yourself and your residence where you live and specifically identify the section of the agenda you wish to address. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner, and every commissioner here. Greetings in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ.
We apologize.
It's okay, I understand. Happens to all of us.
That was most of your time, by the way. You have up to 3 minutes yet.
Thank you. Again, my real identity is I'm a follower of the Lord Jesus Christ. And thank you for your opening prayer, Chairman Steck. May I first just wish you a birthday that you just had in December, I understand. I don't know the exact date, but I understand it was number 71.
I don't remember that.
You look like you're 61.
All right, now I remember.
On a more different note, I'd like to address resolution number 2, the hiring of a full-time clerk for the Breast and Cervical Cancer Control Navigation Program. I would certainly support that. But I just wanted to remind everyone here that tests and research shows that the murdering of babies also causes breast cancer. In fact, multiple tests prove it increases the risk of breast cancer for women who have had abortions to 40 to 50%. And I would hope that this clerk, assuming that you will hire such a person, and the whole health department would encourage or would continue to do all they can to stop this. I thank the director of the Kent County Health Department recently telling me personally and sending me emails that they do not support anyone or any organization that murders babies in the womb. So I'm grateful for that. But I just wanted to share that with you, bring that to light. I don't think a lot of people know that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? All right, I see no one else. We will now move to item number 9, the consent agenda, and I will call on Vice Chair Green.
Thank you, Chair Steck. I move the adoption of the consent agenda for today's date.
Is there support? Support. Supported by Minority Vice Chair Wooden. Questions or comments? If not, this is a roll call, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt the consent agenda, Commissioners Antor, Baker.
Yes.
Breivy.
Yes.
Bujak.
Yes.
Burl.
Yes.
DeBoer. Diaz.
Yes.
Vice Chair Green.
Yes.
Commissioners Hennessy.
Yes.
Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
LeGrand.
Yes.
McLeod.
Yes.
Merchant. Oliver King. Pecla.
Yes.
Ponstein.
Yes.
Sparks.
Yes.
Teal. Wooden.
Yes.
Chair Steck.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 20 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. The consent agenda is adopted.
Thank you very much. We'll now move to our resolutions, starting with Resolution 10A, and I will call on Commissioner LeGrand.
Thank you, Chair. It is my distinct honor to move the first resolution of 2024, appointments to various boards, commissions, and committees for 2024, coming to us from the board office.
Thank you very much. Is there support? Supported by Commissioner McLeod. Questions or comments on this? Commissioner Burrow.
Yes, I'd just like to thank LHR for working hard on these applicants and these appointments, and the chairs, Teal and DeBoer, that helped lead the group appointing these folks. An excellent group of applicants and resumes this year, very, very difficult. Commissioner Hennessy and I and LeGrand were on one committee, and again, it's hard not to be interviewing these folks and say, wow, what a great group of applicants. That's been 2 years in a row, phenomenal applicants, and I think it's just an attest to us getting the word out, the county getting the word out, and our community wanting to be involved. So again, thanks for all those that applied. You'll be getting your dear accepted or rejected letters here pretty soon. But again, it doesn't mean keep on trying. I believe there's a couple that after a couple, 2 or 3 times, we did appoint this time. So again, we do appreciate those applicants and the LHR folks that worked on this. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? All right, I see none. I will simply join in acknowledging the work of that committee. I've been there before. I know how much work that is. It is not easy. It seems simple when you get the list, but there's an awful lot of review, evaluation, and interviewing and decisions to be made. So thank you all who were involved in that process. So with that, this is a voice vote. So those that support the motion, please say yes. Yes. Those that oppose, say no. It is approved. Again, thank you. We'll now move to 10B, and I will call on Commissioner Hennessy.
Thank you. I make a motion to add 1 full-time clerk position at the, for the breast and cervical cancer control program, and this is at the Health Department.
Thank you. Is there support for that motion? Supported by Commissioner Sparks. Thank you. Questions or comments? All right. If not, this is a roll call vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 2, Commissioners Antor, Baker,
Yes.
Breivy,
Yes.
Bujak,
Yes.
Burl.
Yes.
DeBoer. Diaz. Vice Chair Green.
Yes.
Commissioners Hennessy,
Yes.
Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
LeGrand. McLeod.
Yes.
Merchant.
Yes.
Oliver King. Pakla.
Yes.
Ponstein.
Yes.
Sparks.
Yes.
Teal. Wooden.
Yes.
Chair Steck.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 20 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 2 is adopted.
Thank you very much. We'll now move to Resolution 10C. Thank you. And I will call on Vice Chair Green for a motion.
Thank you, Chair Steck. I move the adoption of Resolution 3, the fiscal years 24 to 28 Land Transfer Navigators Program grant from the Administrator's Office.
Thank you. Is there support?
Support.
Supported by Commissioner LeGrand. Questions or comments on this? I see none. This is a roll call vote, Madam.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 3, Commissioners Antor, Baker, Breivy,
Yes.
Bujak,
Yes.
Burl.
Yes.
DeBoer. Diaz.
Yes.
Vice Chair Green.
Yes.
Commissioners Hennessy,
Yes.
Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
LeGrand. McLeod.
Yes.
Merchant. Oliver King. Pakla.
Yes.
Ponstein. Sparks.
Yes.
Teal. Wooden.
Yes.
Chair Steck.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 20 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 3 is adopted.
Thank you. We'll now move to item 10D, and I will call on Commissioner Coleman.
Thank you, Chair. I move Resolution 4, the fiscal year 23 supplemental general appropriation to fund the new Kent County Insurance Authority.
Is there support? Supported by, that's a support by Commissioner Burrow. All right, questions or comments on this one? Commissioner Pacla.
Thank you, Chair Steck. I was just curious from the Administrator's Office if we could hear a little bit more about the $8 million in unplanned revenue that we received in the FY23 budget.
Yeah, basically, most of that would be the balance. Jeff, go ahead and come up. I may need some help with this one. Typically, we had budgeted $5 million out of strategic capital. $5 million of the $8 million is what goes to the state to be on, they invested on our behalf, and it's what's required to have the insurance authority. $3 million are the startup costs for the authority. But Jeff, the unplanned revenue label.
Sure. Good morning, Commissioners and Chair. So last year was our first year of a 9/30 year end. So we estimated property taxes. We estimated a little low, so we had just over $2 million in excess property taxes. And then the big piece of it was about $4.3 million of earned interest revenue above what we expected, and that was a mark-to-market adjustment from our good friend Treasurer Pete. Basically, it gave us some interest we didn't anticipate at the year end, so that created the most of it. So.
Great. Thanks for that clarification.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Commissioner Coleman.
Thank you, Chair. Just wanted to express thanks to Administrator Vanderberg for kind of spotting this opportunity in some arcane state rules, but just that deep knowledge is serving us well in many areas, this being one. And just say thanks to the many decades of good fiscal leadership here in Kent County that's put us in a position to do this kind of thing and save taxpayers even more money over many years. So I think this is great. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, I see none. This is a roll call vote. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 4, Commissioners Antor, Baker. Yes. Breivy.
Yes.
Bujak. Yes. Burl.
Yes.
DeBoer. Yes. Diaz. Yes. Vice Chair Green.
Yes.
Commissioners Hennessy. Yes. Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Kallman.
Yes.
LeGrand.
Yes.
McLeod.
Yes.
Merchant.
Yes.
Oliver King. Yes. Pacla.
Yes.
Ponstein. Yes. Sparks. Yes. Teal.
Yes.
Wooden.
Yes.
Chair Steck.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 20 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 4 is adopted.
Thank you very much. We'll now move to item 10E, and I will again call on Commissioner Coleman.
Thank you, Chair. I move resolution, I lost my place here. Resolution 5, the appointments to the Kent County Insurance Authority.
Is there support? Support. All right. Thank you. Supported by Commissioner Sparks. Any questions or comments? I will clarify that in this regard, this is an appointment that is at least the one that is open is an appointment by the chair, and I have asked and am proposing to appoint Commissioner LeGrand to serve on this. The rest of the positions are by definition as to their status, and so while that would be otherwise a voice vote, we simply rolled it into one here, so it's a singular vote. Any other questions or comments? If not, I don't think this is a roll call vote. I'm sorry, Madam Clerk. We're going to do this by voice. Those that support the motion, please say yes.
Yes.
Those that oppose, say no. It is approved. Thank you. We'll move to the next item, 10F, and I will call on Commissioner Sparks.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to move Resolution F.
6.
I'm sorry, Resolution 6 of today's date, Jail Electrical Controls Capital Improvement Program Project from Fiscal Services.
Thank you. Is it supported by Commissioner Coleman? All right. Questions or comments on this one? All right, I see none, so this is a roll call. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 6, Commissioners Antor, Baker. Yes. Breivy.
Yes.
Bujak. Yes. Burl.
Yes.
DeBoer. Yes. Diaz. Yes. Vice Chair Green.
Yes.
Commissioners Hennessy.
Yes.
Hildenbrand.
Yes.
Kallman.
Yes.
LeGrand.
Yes.
McLeod.
Yes.
Merchant. Oliver King. Pacla.
Yes.
Ponstein. Sparks. Teal. Wooden.
Yes.
Chair Steck.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 20 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 6 is adopted.
Thank you very much. We'll now move to item 10G, and I will call on Commissioner Wooden.
Thank you, Chair. I move adoption of Resolution 7 of today's date, A resolution to accept and appropriate $19.5 million from Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. to the Parks Grand River Greenway Project and the Knapp Street Pedestrian Bridge Project. It comes to us from Fiscal Services.
Thank you. Is there support for that motion? Supported by Commissioner Boojak. Questions or comments on this one? I see none. This too is a roll call. Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 7, Commissioners Antor, Baker. Yes. Breivy.
Yes.
Boojak. Yes. Burl.
Yes.
DeBoer. Diaz. Vice Chair Green.
Yes.
Commissioners Hennessy. Hildenbrand. Coleman. LeGrand. McLeod.
Yes.
Merchant. Oliver King. Pakla.
Yes.
Ponstein. Sparks. Teal. Wooden.
Yes.
Chair Steck.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 20 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 7 is adopted.
Thank you. We'll now move to item 10H, and I will call on Commissioner Breivy.
Thank you, Chair. I move Resolution 8 of today's date. It's the creation of Kent County Revolving Loan Fund, the committee, and it's from the Administrator's Office.
Is there support? Support. Supported by Minority Vice Chair Wooden.
Don't promote me.
All right. Questions, comments? All right, I see none. I will note on this one as well that the appointments of Commissioners Baker and Burl is a chair appointment, subject to your approval, but we'll roll it into a single vote, as we did with the last one. If there are no other questions. Okay. And in order to extend the term, it does provide for, if you look at a suspension of the standing rules, otherwise this could only be a one-year committee. So someone's over here, yes. I gotta keep calling you Commissioner Wooden, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's a mouthful. It's fine. I just wanted to express my gratitude that we're adding a member of the committee who is a resident of Kent County who has lived and experienced. This was something that folks from the public asked us to consider, and I'm just glad to see that we are doing that. As I spoke this summer or last summer when we formally established the fund itself with IFF, we took considerable efforts as a advisory group that we bring in folks with technical experience, and now that this is off and running, bringing people with lived experience is a strong value add. So I thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? If not, this is a roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the motion to adopt Resolution 8, Commissioners Antor, Baker. Breivy.
Yes.
Boojak. Burl.
Yes.
DeBoer. Diaz. Vice Chair Green.
Yes.
Commissioners Hennessy. Hildenbrand. Coleman. LeGrand. McLeod.
Yes.
Merchant. Oliver King. Pakla.
Yes.
Ponstein. Sparks. Teal. Wooden.
Yes.
Chair Steck.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, you have 20 yeas, 0 nays. The motion passes. Resolution 8 is adopted.
Thank you. We'll now move to item number 11, 11A. You have in your packet materials the identification of my appointments to the standing committees for 2024, and that does require a motion to approve from the board. Is there a motion? Yes, Commissioner Teal, or Breivy.
Thank you, Chair Steck. I move the chair appointments, items A, B, and C, under number 11 there. And it's the chair of their chair appointments to the standing committees, annual chair appointments to various committees, and standing rules implementation advisory committee.
All right, the motion was to swallow A, B, and C all at once. Thank you. Is there support for that?
Teal.
Commissioner Teal supported. All right. Questions, comments? Yes, Commissioner Wooden.
Thank you, Chair. Just real quickly, I noticed in the version that was distributed, the executive committee was marked blank. Is that, while we have members that are statutory, we also have non-voting members that can also be appointed. Will the final list of the executive committee be handed at a later date, or will they be?
Well, the intention is to distribute that shortly after this meeting. We did not want to be presumptive in who would be elected. So that's why that is still blank.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? If not, this is a voice vote. All those that support the motion say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. It is approved. Thank you very much. That moves us to item number 12, is the second opportunity for public comment. If there's anyone from the public that wishes to address us on our general jurisdictional matters, you may do so at this time. Please identify yourself, your name, and your address, and you have up to 3 minutes. Good morning.
How you doing, everybody? I'm D. Jones. I'm a very strong individual. Happy 2024. I want to tell you, first of all, love your people, love your family, love everyone, give back. I've been able to do a lot of cool things with esports, but why I say that is because yesterday I had to stop my parent for trying to kill herself. I had to call the police. And I'm a very strong person. Usually people break down and they can't, stay strong in situations like that. But I've been through a lot of situations that the world have seen me lead this state through, to be honest. And I don't got time for fake people or fake politicians. I'm a very genuine person. I'm gonna look at every single person in this room in their eyes. Before I walked here, I sat there and I seen somebody on some sleeping bags. People sleep on their sleeping bags under the bridge. It's cold outside. It's very cold outside. I don't think y'all feel me. I don't think y'all can feel black people's pain or just people's pain sometimes. I don't care about political parties or anything. I care about people. And people don't care about people. And I'm tired of fake people. I'm tired of fake politicians. And I'm not calling anybody in here fake. But I know I'm a genuine person, and I'm going to stand up and I'm going to be as genuine and honest as I can and do what I can to change Kent County, to change the state, to change the world one day. I know I can change the universe. I've seen the universal energies. I've seen the signs. I've seen it all. I don't come here to be fake. I've come here consistently. I've been doubted. I've probably been talked about, my projects, everything. But I know all of these things. I know the work I put in. I know the love, energy, and passion that I put into this every single day. Every single day. I went hard for this county, for these kids, for the youth, for y'all. I went to kid district libraries, and you guys as districts, and I've seen 70 plus kids, and they were all plus a majority white kids, and a couple people of color. Parents, happy, taking pictures. They're probably all over the internet. Listen to people. I care. I'm not here to be fake with nobody. I don't think you feel me. And you probably never will. But I got a lot of cool things I'm doing, and I'm focused on this vision. I ain't even been asleep yet, but I had to come speak to y'all as genuine as I can. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Good morning.
Good morning again. By the way, I looked up the meaning of your last name, Chairman, and it means influencer. I think that's appropriate for the position.
My wife didn't say that.
Maybe that's why you're a lawyer as well. The two red lines sent her into a state of panic. A call to Planned Parenthood confirmed she need not come in for an examination. A telemed appointment would now suffice, and it would cost less. Within an hour, the prescription was ready. 2 little pills would be her lifeline. No one will ever know. This is safe. This is easy, they told me. This will give my future back. She wanted to believe all that. Hours later, reality proved otherwise. Tears rained down her face while she tried to muffle cries and endure excruciating cramps. Blood everywhere. Severely weakened, all she could do was lay on the cold floor for hours. Hemorrhaging and pain would last for weeks. The trauma forever. No one told her. No one told her that women have died from these pills. Thousands have had serious complications. No one warned her that the tissue, quote unquote, she passed would have a little nose and perfectly formed upper lips or upper lip. No one explained she'd deliver a tiny baby, her baby into a toilet, an image she would never be able to unsee. My own comments are, can you imagine the women that are doing this at 8 and 9 months, what they see past? She was further along than expected, but a doctor never examined her. Instead, a stranger prescribed an abortion via computer. She never felt more scared and wounded. This is mail-order abortion. This is what the FDA, the agency that is supposed to be a safeguard for our health, is now allowing. This is what the abortion industry is selling, telehealth, that kills preborn babies and seriously puts women's physical and emotional health at risk. My comment, if you support this, you hate women. Anyone that supports this hates women, besides the babies. Back alley abortions have now come into the home. My time is running out. I trust no one is supported by Planned Parenthood here. I know it happens in political realm. If you are, or if you support Planned Parenthood, you're an accomplice to murder.
Thank you. Anyone else? I see no one else coming forward, so we will move to item 13, administrative report.
Thank you, Chair Stack. I have nothing today. I did take off about the last 9 days of the year and spent it with family and friends and came back charged up, ready to go. And we're hard at work on our initiatives and obviously daily work with county operations, and look forward to serving this year. This will be a huge year for Kent County with everything we have in motion already and a couple other decisions to be made as the year unfolds. So thank you. It's a pleasure to serve.
Thank you. We'll now move to item 14, reports, and I will start with the report on Early Childhood Millage Subcommittee. This was a committee appointed last year, chaired by Commissioner Breivy, as well joined by Commissioner Teal and Sparks, in evaluating the request for the early childhood millage. They have completed that work, have submitted a fairly substantial and I think well-developed report. And under the rules, Rule 6.2, I now note that I have accepted that report as being compliant with the charge and will now refer the recommendations from that committee on to the appropriate standing committees for further action. And I thank Commissioners Breivy, Teal, and Sparks for your hard work on that issue. Any other reports? You've had a couple of minutes already. Nothing. All right. So I'll move on to a couple of other just report items. The materials management plan, as many of you know, is required of this county now. I believe that the DPW has referred this to the Board of Commissioners for development, so we will be meeting in the next couple of weeks to establish the process for creating that materials management plan through the LHR. And then the only other report I have is you have heard from time to time about this Mobility Steering Committee work, and with the funding now approved, we will be identifying that committee and the appointments probably either the next meeting or the meeting after that. With that, I will now move to miscellaneous. Does any commissioner have a miscellaneous item? Commissioner Sparks.
Thank you, Chair. I don't know if we mentioned this, forgive my tardiness earlier, but if we mentioned it before, but Commissioner Harold Mast did pass away. That's whose seat that I'm serving in now, filling very, very big shoes. He was a friend of mine, a mentor, and I will miss him. Up until 2 weeks before he moved into the Holland home, we still stayed in communication, and it was just, it's always sad when there's someone that's a great community leader. You will miss that, you will have that void. So just want to say, rest in peace. my friend, and send love to his family and his wife. So I'd also like to say on a more happier note, Kentwood is having their MLK Day that we do every year. So last year, I believe we fed 400 people for free. And we also donated over 400 pounds of food to the Little Free Pantry in Kentwood. So we will be attempting to do that again this year. So if you would like to come, you have a free meal, but make sure you bring those canned goods for the Little Free Pantry. We will have the fire department, police department, all the elected officials there. So we're really excited to do that again this year. And last but not least, I had a very special time on Saturday with a young man named Noah Jones, who got his Eagle Scout. And so I was able to do a proclamation for that. So congratulations to Miss Sandra Jones. She is an amazing mother. Less than 4% of people that go into scouting become Eagle Scouts. So this is a great honor. So we want to give hats off to Noah. He's an incredible young man, and I know that he'll do great things. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other miscellaneous items? Commissioner Green. Vice Chair Green, sorry.
Thank you, Chair Steck. I just wanted to thank my colleagues for your support in electing me as your vice chair. And I really wanted to thank Commissioner Vice Chair Breevy for her service in that role. I know I have some big shoes, or sometimes heels, to fill going into this job. And don't hold your breath. But I really appreciate her leadership, and it's a real privilege to serve in a leadership position on this board. I think we have a really talented group here, and as we wade into further madness in the political world, I look forward to what we can achieve working together here across the aisle for Kent County. So thank you very much for your support.
Thank you. Any other miscellaneous items? Minority Vice Chair Wooden.
First, for the record, you could just call me Commissioner. It's a lot easier for you.
I got a couple other names, but we'll go with this.
First, I also wanted to echo Commissioner Sparks's comments about former Commissioner Harold Mast. I never had the honor of serving with him as well since Commissioner Sparks and I joined this body at the same time, but I did have the privilege of serving on the advisory board for the Area Agency on Aging with him, and got to know him through that. And he absolutely was the testament to a public servant, and we will miss him dearly. I also wanted to congratulate you, Chair Steck, on your election to a third year, and my colleague Ben Green for serving as our new vice chair, and to pull from one of his quotes, the political odd couple now gets a more official role, so I appreciate that'll be a lot of fun. But and I want to thank you all for your vote of confidence to serve a third year as minority vice chair. But I want to close this by also thanking Emily Breevy for her time as vice chair. When folks from different parties come to this body, it does, even though we work to forge bipartisan relationships, that is an extra, that's an extra detail, that's an extra barrier, so to speak. But over these last few years, I do believe I've made a friend on this commission, and someone who I trust and appreciate her perspective, and have enjoyed working with you on the executive committee. I'm glad that I'm going to continue to keep working with you on the finance committee, and just thank you again for your time as vice chair, and glad to see that we'll get to continue to see your service on this body.
All right, anyone else? Commissioner Diaz.
Thank you, Chair. Really quickly. There's an article that came out on September 5th, 2023 from Crane's Grand Rapids Business with the headline, "Report Finds Michigan's Childcare Shortage Costs Economy $2.9 billion Annually." The first paragraph of that reads, "That's according to a report the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation released Tuesday that tallies the ways in which inadequate childcare hurts Michigan's economy, including driving down the labor force participation rate, causing worker absenteeism, and curbing the state's gross domestic product output." And so I mentioned that because I know that there's going to be some decisions made this year in regards to a millage that we have to potentially renew. And I'm looking forward to having those discussions and ensuring that Kent County continues to be a leader in this area. Secondly, as some of you know, I was gone for the last 3 weeks out of the country. And while I was gone, there was another article that came out, this one on January 3rd on WZZM 13 that reads, "Downtown Grand Rapids shelters in desperate need of help as they reach maximum capacities." And so I know, I'm thankful that we have moved forward with the revolving housing loan fund. That's definitely going to make an impact into the future on the housing crisis here in Grand Rapids and in Kent County as a whole. But as was also mentioned in this meeting today, there are people sleeping out on the streets today. And if I'm not mistaken, we're starting to see some of the first snowfall in this big storm that we're expecting this weekend. And so I'm hoping that this board will do all we can this year to ensure that we're helping not only those people who are seeking to buy a home in the future or who are seeking to build housing units into the near future, but also doing what we can to help people who are sleeping out on the streets today. With that, I hope that you all stay safe this weekend. Prepare, because I don't know, I mean, I'm seeing estimates all over the place, but it's supposed to be a big storm. So I hope you all stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. And welcome back from Mexico. Commissioner Coleman.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to take a second. We started off the year, with a lot of unanimous votes. I'm sure we won't have, all unanimous votes this year, given it being an election year. But I know this board, all the members are genuine in serving, those they represent and serving our county. I did think back to what I think is one of the greatest political speeches that I've seen in my lifetime a couple decades ago now. But I just wanted to read a brief portion of that because I think it's still so relevant for today. Tonight, we gather to affirm the greatness of our nation, not because of the height of our skyscrapers or the power of our military or the size of our economy. Our pride is based on a very simple premise, summed up in a declaration made over 200 years ago. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is the true genius of America, a faith in the simple dreams of its people, the insistence on small miracles, that we can tuck in our children at night and know that they are fed and clothed and safe from harm, that we can say what we think, write what we think, without hearing a sudden knock on the door, that we can have an idea and start our own business without paying a bribe or hiring somebody's son, that we can participate in the political process without fear of retribution, and that our votes will be counted, at least most of the time. This year, in this election, we are called to reaffirm our values and commitments, to hold them against a hard reality and see how we are measuring up to the legacy of our forebears and to the promise of future generations.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, if not, I have a few miscellaneous items. First of all, thank you to the board for your support and your encouragement serving as the chair of this august body. It is truly an honor for me to do that. You would probably be excused the first time you elected me because you didn't know what you were in for, but this time around you know exactly what you're in for and you're still doing it, so I really do appreciate that, and I will do my very best to fulfill your expectations in that regard. Secondly, I want to join my colleagues in thanking former Vice Chair Breeve for incredible work on behalf of this commission over the course of the years that you have been the Vice Chair. You have served admirably, and it has been my great honor to work along with you. Also want to thank all of you who have stepped forward on the various appointments that have been identified, and knowing that there is a lot of work behind those appointments. It's easy to say, yes, I will do it, but then over the course of the year, you're going to find out that's not quite as easy, and I appreciate that, all of you, in rolling up your sleeves and taking on those tasks. I do join my colleagues in acknowledging the incredible life and example of Harold Mast. He was an individual that a number of us had the pleasure of working with here at this commission and elsewhere in the community. He was always a man of integrity. He was somebody that I and others looked up to and respected and emulated, and he will be sorely missed. I do want to, just on a more mundane, because of some changes, there will be a new seating chart, so next time you come, please check the seating chart so you don't end up sitting in the wrong seat. You may have to check the back of the name tags to know for sure, but we'll get the seating chart out so that that's clear. As Administrator Vandenberg said, this year will be a challenging year. Every year is challenging, but this will be a particularly challenging year. There are a lot of items on our plate, not least of which is continuing to deal with the facilities decisions that we have started last year that will require us to continue to be attentive to the issues of how we are going to locate, where we're going to locate, and the facilities that we are going to develop in order to function in a way that's most effective for our constituents. We still have to deal with the question of the sustainable business park, how we're going to handle materials management. That has proved to be a very difficult challenge. It will continue to be a challenge. And on top of that, we now must also appoint and fulfill a request to identify a materials management plan for this county. That will take time. We've already engaged in discussions with respect to major developments within our community with an amphitheater, soccer stadium, conversations of aquariums. Those issues will continue to take our time and attention that we'll have to focus on. As I'm looking at Commissioner Hennessy, I'm reminded we must still deal with the zoo issue that has to be wrestled with and ultimately finalized as we go forward. We will have some significant challenges dealing with how we're going to respond to the demands in public safety. We've already looked at some changes this past year. There are more changes in corrections, in road patrol, in juvenile detention, in indigent defense. All of these are challenges that will require us to spend time, energy, and ultimately making tough decisions on. We are looking at changes and developments in our parks, park system, and the Greenway project, as we've talked about already this morning. We are looking at hopefully a new approach to how we can engage the commission in the budgeting process. That will take time and energy. I've got a list here of about 30 items. I'm not going to go through them all, but rest assured, there will be a lot of work for us to have to tackle, and we're going to have to take it on in an election year, which is never easy, and it will probably be more problematic this year than ever. The way that we will get through this in a way that serves our community best is to stay focused on what is in the best interest of all of our constituents. It is noted that as commissioners, county commissioners, we serve roles a little bit different than the roles if you've been elected as a local city commissioner, or certainly if you've served at the state level. This is a unique kind of role. This is a role where once you are elected by your constituents, you represent everybody in this county, and your fiduciary duty extends equally across the board, and it's a diverse county. So doing what we have to do is never easy, and it's particularly challenging, and I'm looking forward to working with you, staying focused, and getting done what we need to get done for this county. So last but not least, Commissioner Ponstein was nice enough to bring in a cake. And I wrote up at that cake. It's a nice cake. Thank you. And I did note that there were no plates and forks yet. I'm hoping that you found those. If not, find a way to eat that cake because it looks delicious. All right, enough tomfoolery. We are done. I will call upon Vice Chair Green.
Thank you, Chair Steck. I move to adjourn, subject to the call of the chair, to Thursday, January 25th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. for an official meeting.
All those that support say yes. Yes. We are adjourned. Thank you all.